of the Faculty Laptop Distribution Ceremony by Independent University Bangladesh, IUB. We are very delighted to host all of you on this bright afternoon. We are also honored that some of our trustee members also joined us today. We look forward to listening to a few words from them. We'll begin with the national anthem. May I request everyone, please rise for the national anthem.
আমার সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ তোমার বাতাস আমার প্রাণে তোমার আমার প্রাণে বাজায় বাঁশি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি তোমা ফাগুনে তো আমের বনে গানে পাগল করে মনে হায় হায় রে ওমা ফাগুনে তো আমের বনে গানে পাগল করে ওমা প্রাণে তোর ভরা খেতে কি দেখেছি আমি কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি কি শোভা কি ছায়া কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো কি আঁচল বিছাইছ বটের মূলে নদীর কূলে কূলে মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো মনে হায় হায় রে মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো মা তোর বদন খানি মলিন হলে আমি নয়ন ওমা আমি নয়ন জলে ভাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি
Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Today's event brings another joyous moment for all of us to celebrate, and the catalyst today is our very own Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker, Honorable Chairman, IUB Board of Trustees, and CEO of Purbani Group, our chief guest today, whose generous sponsorship of the laptops has made this event possible. The host today is the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tanveer Hassan, PhD. Before I start the proceeding, I have got two announcements for your contentment. All IUB shuttles will start at 4:45 p.m., and food parcels will be available in the multipurpose hall at the end of the program. Those who have received an email about the laptops will be able to collect the laptops after the event from the multipurpose hall or visit CITS office during office hours, working hours, on working days from tomorrow onward. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please let me take the privilege of calling Tanveer Hassan, PhD, Honorable Vice Chancellor of IUB, for his welcoming remarks.
Honorable Chairman, Board of Trustees, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker, and we have several trustees, honorable trustees present here, Mr. Qayyum Khan, Mr. Tawhid Samad, and Mr. Tanveer Madar. Thank you all for coming and showing your support to IUB. My dear fellow colleagues, faculty, and staff, Assalamu alaikum, and good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for your patience. We had to start the program a little late because of the traffic issues, and I do appreciate your patience about surrounding it. IUB is one of the top-ranked private universities in Bangladesh, with international recognition for its academic and research excellence. When I joined in IUB, we were in the middle of a deep crisis, a global crisis, the COVID crisis. And when I joined at IUB, it was an empty campus, no students. That was kind of a little bit of blessing in disguise for me, because that gave me enough chance to try to understand the university in depth, and also some of the things that I needed to pick up being new in the country. So that was a warm break for me, but then it was for too long. And and I'm very happy now that the students are back, because that adds to the festivity of the campus when you have students around. So when I came, I saw what our faculty members were doing, and in Bangladesh, I think it's a popular misperception in the name of online teaching. What we did at this university and in most universities is not online teaching. That's the way I am trained in it. What we did is remote teaching. There's a huge difference between synchronous learning and asynchronous platform. So when we normally talk about online globally, that's not what we practiced here. What we did was remote teaching. So I want to make sure everybody understands the difference between remote teaching and online teaching. Whatever the case may be, when I found out, so I had to make some certain steps as a new Vice Chancellor to have some control over how things are done. And I was a little surprised to find out that officially we did not give laptops to any of the faculty members at that time. So our faculty members were teaching using their own resources, own access, because they couldn't even come to campus for some time. And most of them had desktops, which was not really portable. So at that time, I know it's a little bit away from the tradition that I approached the then trustee chair, because I talked to the accounts at that time, because I came in the middle of the budget year. And I saw the constraints associated with allocating X amount of money, which is a large sum of money, in the middle of a fiscal year. So without knowing any better at that time, the best I could do was talk to the trustee chair at that time. And I was able to convince him to at least give me some of the laptops that I could get going, because this is one of the pledges that I made to myself, that if you are a faculty member here, irrespective of your rank, we have to give you the tools. So I distinctly remember what I told Mr. Motin Chaudhary. I said, sir, you are basically giving rifles to my troops without any bullets. So how can they fight because he's a retired military officer, so I took the metaphor from there, that you are sending troops without guns or without bullets. So you can't achieve anything without it. And he was nice enough to grant some money, and I'm very grateful that I was able to give the laptops to most of the people. Then I had enough time to incorporate that in the next budget. But luck has it in such a way that I was in an informal meeting with the incoming chair, our honorable trustee chair, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker, and Mr. Motin Chaudhary. And at that time, which I didn't have to really bother him, but I took up the opportunity and I slipped in the request that I have some remaining laptops. Would you be kind enough to come forward. And I fully am aware that Board of Trustee members are not expected to donate anything. But first I did it out of ignorance. I requested Mr. Motin Chaudhary. Second time, I was not as ignorant, but wanted to finish up the project. And I remain very thankful to Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker to fill up the gap. So now not only we will have all the people are covered, we also will have some set aside for some key administrative staff and some incoming faculty for next year. So before I go any further, I would like you all to give a roaring applause to Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker for his donation. As I remain thankful to you, sir, and Mr. Motin Chaudhary, I would like to use this podium to make a request to our trustee chair. And I hope somebody from the accounts is in attendance in this meeting. The request I have for the Board of Trustee chair is that from next time, because we will have part of the faculty, incoming faculty covered with that donation that we received from our honorable trustee chair. But I would like it to be a part of the budget provisioning from now on, that anytime a faculty member joins IUB, just like getting an ID, they will be checked out with a laptop. That's my request to the trustee chair. IUB has an exceptional board of trustees. If you know the country, and you know it better than I do, you look around different universities. The way our trustees give to our time and resources to our university, I am not aware of a single university in this country where trustees would do so. You can name it, I will refute it. No university has this fortune where the trustee members are relentlessly working and not charging a penny or any cost to the university. On the top of it, they're giving. And the way I have been observing, the way some of them give time, it is so unexpected for me, because I have been a pro-vice chancellor many years ago in America. I've been sat on boards before, myself. I have never seen a board like this, where they roll up their sleeves and go beyond their advisory duty and actually put their boots on the ground. So let's have a round of applause to all the Board of Trustee members. I'm particularly proud and feel very privileged to have a dedicated and qualified faculty members and staff. I truly appreciate their dedication and contribution to the IUB's growth. I hope these laptops that you'll get today, along with what you got before, together, today's event makes it a full circle, that from today onwards, I can proudly say that each and every one of my faculty members has a laptop. There is nothing better feeling for me than be able to make that statement in public, that all my faculty members will have or do have laptops right now. That's very gratifying and satisfying for me. Not just that you are happy, I am happy too, because I was able to deliver, or I am able to deliver with the blessings from the Board of Trustees, a key component of a key tool that you need in your professional advancement. Thank you all for coming today. I would like to give out special thanks to the media and press who are out here today covering this event. And I would also like to thank the organizers and all the attendees. I know all of you are not receiving the laptop today because some of you already got it. But the spirit you have shown today by showing up, I deeply appreciate it, because this is also a gesture to the donor to see that even if you didn't get one, that you appreciate the spirit and you are thankful, and we are thankful for their generosity. Your time and presence are highly appreciated. I will conclude here. Joy Bangla.
Thank you very much, sir, for your encouraging words and timely initiatives. Now it's time we hear from our respected deans. To buy some time, we cut the program short, and I'd like to request Dr. Yusuf Mahbubul Islam, Dean, School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences, SETS, to put forth his remarks on behalf of the respected deans.
Assalamu alaikum. I've been entrusted to speak on behalf of the other schools and my own school. So first, our trustees, Mr. Qayyum Khan, Mr. Tanveen Madar, Mr. Tawhid Samad, and of course, our chairman, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker, and our Pro-Vice Chancellor, our Vice Chancellor, our deans, our faculty members, our treasurer, directors, and fellow colleagues in the administration. I would first like to take this opportunity to thank the efforts made by our Vice Chancellor to make the board aware of the need for laptops. Thank you, and I'd like to again thank Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker for the generous donation that he has made to the university. And on behalf of all the faculty members, what I would like to say, that as the pandemic stepped in, we were forced to learn new skills. And many teachers at home set up sort of a makeshift center for broadcasting and using their own resources. So the laptop is a very welcome gesture by the management to help us adopt to this new environment, and it has also taught us many new skills. And as Professor Hassan said, that it is remote teaching. It's not really online, but we have learned new ways to connect with our students, and with the new laptop, it has helped us very much. So thank you again, and on behalf of all the schools again, the 4 schools, SELS, then SPPH, and SLAS, and my own school. There's one more school, the largest school, we always forget. The School of Business and Entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Yusuf Mahbubul Islam, Dean, SETS. Now listen to our honorable trustee members. Please let me take the privilege of calling Mr. Tawhid Samad, honorable trustee and former chair of the Trust IUB, for his remarks.
Assalamu alaikum, and hello, everybody. Whenever I stand here, it reminds me of the time I used to spend in this hall shouting and screaming that I should have this dome upstairs. We made a lot of effort to make this iconic auditorium. তখন আমাদের খুব একটা বাজেটও ছিল না, কিছু ছিল না, and I remember the first I forced a board meeting over here, BOT meeting, একটা concreted room, মানে there was no room, nothing, ওই একটা সুরকি বালি সিমেন্টের মধ্যে বসে because the building was not coming up quickly, so we had to move in with the first meeting so that people know that we are serious. The contractors knew that we were serious to get the building completed in time. So this is how the university moved on from Baridhara to this lovely campus. And I think as much as the effort that we have put in, the Board of Trustees and the members of the ESTCDDD, this is now time for the laptop generation to take over, which is happening today. Because technology is changing from desktop to laptop and maybe something in the future. This is because I know our time, at least my time, and possibly Abdul Hai Sarker, the chairman's time, all of our time is, myself and the chairman, we were together in the university, in Dhaka University, way back in when was this, 1960, 66, yeah, we entered. So, it is really a nice feeling to see that we are involved. Dhaka University at that time was a wonderful place. And we are very, very happy that IUB is there to give the same feeling which we had at that time. So, ajke je onushthan hocche, this is a spirit that has been shown in this university over and above what was already shown by the Board of Trustees and other people. There were also outsiders who contributed a lot to this university. And as the Vice Chancellor spoke to you all, that how did this come about, the laptop syndrome and how he responded to it. And I mean, he did a brilliant job, I must say, then taking advantage of the situation and his relationship with both Mr. Mateen, the former chairman, and Mr. Sarkar for responding to him. I must say that Mr. Sarkar, who also happens to be a chairman of a bank, of Dhaka Bank, he would not give me a loan the way he has given laptop here. If I apply for a loan from this, so I'm extremely happy that he is, the Vice Chancellor has got something out of him. Good. Okay. So, আমি আমার ওই ভাইস চ্যান্সেলর সাহেব যেটা বললেন দ্যাট এই সেক্টরে যে ল্যাপটপ সেক্টর যেটা হচ্ছে এটা actually before even I came here, and one of the reason I came here was to say this, which very interestingly the Vice Chancellor came and shared with me upstairs when I was sitting and having a meeting with a lawyer. So that this should be a part of the budget of the university. I mean, this cannot be a gift, this is a necessity. So any requirement of the faculties will not be a gift, it must be included in the budget. I'm not talking about the laptop itself, any requirement. Because there was a time when printing offset paper, দেওয়ার জন্য কিন্তু sanction লাগতো. And I think Tanvir Mother will remember at that time, the Vice Chancellor would not issue out যে আপনার 10টা sheet পাবেন, এর বেশি পাবেন না, you know, this thing. So I remember there was a big chaos on that, you know. So I had called a meeting, তখন I was the chairman of the ESTCDD, which was the functioning body, and executive body, যেরকম আজকে BOT আছে. So, and it was resolved at that meeting that no, whatever faculty wants something, give it. And after giving it, then you calculate out how much you should give and make a program, you see. So don't stop him from taking it, because he's not taking it for taking it home or for his funfair. He is doing it for the university. If he needs that much, give it to him. And then we see it if the budget will allow or not. So these are things, step by step we came. So exactly the same way we are talking about the necessity of giving laptops has to be met from the university budget. You're not going to wait. Tanveer has introduced this laptop changeover from this to this changeover, funded by the Honorable Trustee, both Mr. Matin Chaudhary and Mr. Hai Sarker, jolly good. But this cannot go on like that. We cannot wait for donation for this kind of things. So this will be permanently included in the budget. So it will be. So I think this is an extremely good thing that has been done. But what we need to do, I will ask the Vice Chancellor also, that these things have to be routine. Routine মানে হচ্ছে যেটা আপনারা ইনভেন্টরি করবেন, রেকর্ড করবেন, এটা লাইফ স্প্যান কি আছে, because it has to be automatically replaced. If the life term of this laptop is 8 years, মানে running lifetime, মানে যেটাকে আমরা বলি book value, so the book value যখন এটা শেষ হয়ে যাবে, automatically it is to be replaced whether it feels brand new. You have to take this laptops, how many laptops have we now? So whatever amount we have, if it is 150 laptops or whatever, this will be automatically replaced, and these laptops will be given to charity or somewhere, some other school, some other things, so that the gift from IUB goes elsewhere. You see, so IUB, this thing will be replaced by new laptops. 8 বছর পরে হোক 7 বছর হোক, whichever time you work it out, you see. So এগুলো protocol এসে যাবে, this has to be in the protocol. So I think this is what we should address, and I think it has started off very well. Tanveer, you've done a great job, getting to chairman's do this, and I particularly would like to thank Hai Sarker for responding so favorably. You would have responded in any case, I'm sure, but that you responded so quickly to resolve this matter. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees and all of us gathered here this afternoon, I do wish you all the best, good life, and good health. Thank you very much, everybody. Everybody stay well. Bye.
Thank you very much indeed, dear sir, for your warm welcome, warm remarks as always. The reminiscence and the evergreen spirit touched us all. Now, dear colleagues, may I take the privilege of calling our chief guest today, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker, the donor of the laptops and the CEO of Purbani Group, and most importantly for us, our Honorable Chair, Board of Trustees, IUB, for his speech.
I convey warm greetings to all of you for the holy month of Ramadan. In fact, I like to remain a silent donor to any donation I make to any institutions or body. I don't like to have a lot of publicity and exposure for my donations. That is not my style also. In fact, I didn't have anything to do in this, but I have been told by the university that they are going to hand it over ceremonially to the students, to the faculties. So the another reason I am here today. In fact, I went for Umrah, I came back last midnight. So I could not sleep well also because morning time very difficult for me to wake up. My good friend, though someone know very well, about my behavior. Normally, I always become a little bit late. But anyway, it's my pleasure to really be part of the one of the donor to the technical requirements of the university. And in fact, I don't make any celebration because celebration take a long time also. So please excuse me for that. So what I'm trying to say is that this is the demand of the time in technology, you know. We have very dedicated and qualified faculties and teachers in here for imparting teaching to our students. But right now the things are going side by side. A good teacher and good faculties also require technological support to impart proper teaching to the students. So we cannot just, you know, U-turn from technology. But technology and side by side are very important contributing factor in the present world to go for studies or anything you go for. As all of us know that the word competition used to exist in business world before, that who can really manufacture competitive products and sell in the market. But right now in the university, in the academic area also, a lot of competitions. In Bangladesh as many as we have, if you call the number, is almost 104 universities right now are given license to operate in Bangladesh, out of which maybe 10, 15 are doing pretty good job. So in order to survive ourselves, you know, to make with our reputation, we got to equip us with all the technical facilities, side by side our very qualified faculties, teachers, and others, people who are working together here to ensure proper educational environment as well as proper teaching to the students. So this is another reason prompted me to say yes immediately. And I didn't wait very long. When it mentioned to me that he has shortage of 60 computers, I said, how much money it needs? And the bachelor told me that about 60 lakh or something like that. I said, please go ahead, I'm going to give it that. So I did make the contribution like this. I didn't come prepared to make any donations or like that. On the spot I took the decision. So my friend Tohish Samath in his speech has mentioned that if we require technological support in imparting teaching to our students, it should be in the budget. We should not wait for Hai Sarker or so and so donation come forward, you know, because we cannot afford to have any lackings in our teaching facilities available in here. So those lackings should not exist. It should fully covered in the budget because, as I have mentioned, the word competition. So 10, 15 universities are competing very neck to neck together, you know, to survive. So in this kind of situation, we should be well equipped with all the facilities, besides teacher as well as the technological facilities, technological help we need. So this is a bit end of the time. It is not a luxury or something like that. It is imperative, rather I should say, in the present competitive situation in the academic areas as well. So I don't need to prolong my speech, but I am really proud of the academic here, the faculties, teachers. We are fully equipped with very qualified teachers, and I am sure we will be number one and remain number one in the academic areas, for which we have to be well prepared. And I am sure the Board of Trustees are there, giving you umbrella support, and it is you to decide what kind of facilities you need for enhancing our academic strength to teach our students. So I can assure you on behalf of the Board of Trustees that, and we have a lot of, what should I say, very solvent trustees in the trustee board who can come forward to help also. But as such, what I understand is that I still seriously stress upon the budget we make. We should cover all the requirements of the university, technical side or technical side. So I am with that. Now I am not waiting for any donors. If somebody donate is okay, no problem. It is what will come. But we should not depend on donor only. We should depend on our own strength, on financial support. So for which the Board of Trustees will definitely endeavor the utmost to give you support. With all these few words, I once again Thank you very much for being here today. And I am sorry for the delay in arriving here because of the very bad traffic I had to encounter when I came very close to the house, you know. So I'm sorry for that. So thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, dear sir, for your thoughtful words. We, the IUB community, are very much grateful for your generous and benevolent support. I believe this will continue to increase in the years to come. Now our chief guest will hand over the laptops to schools, and I'll request our honorable chief guest, along with our honorable trustee members, to come up on stage. And may I request our honorable vice chancellor and pro-vice chancellor, respected deans, please come on the stage. Honorable members, Board of Trustees, IUB, along with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, and Deans of Schools are coming to the stage for the laptop handover ceremony. And meanwhile, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Tanveer Hassan, PhD, to present a flower bouquet to our chief guest today, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker, and our Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor will present another flower bouquet to our special guest, Mr. Tawheed Samad.
We equally appreciate all the other trustee members, but we were not prepared and we didn't know how many will show up. So my apologies for the other trustee members that we don't have any bouquet for you. And I promise we rotate. Yes, 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 that's a good idea. Smart idea, sir. Thank you.
The same. So laptops.
Let each trustee give it to each group. We'll start with you and I'll come back to you.
Can I get a chance to look at it? And it's been printed on.
I'll start with the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, SBE, Dr. Mehrun Ahmed. School of Life Sciences, Environmental Life Sciences, Professor Dr. Farooq. Dr. Yusuf Mahbubul Islam, Dean, School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences, SCTS. Dr. Taibur Rahman, Dean, School of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. Dr. J.M.A. Hannan, Dean, School of Pharmacy and Public Health, SPPH. Now we'll take a short photograph with all the laptops and the trustee members with the honorable guests.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, dear sir. You may now take your seats, please, sir.
Biggest cooker, discriminated.
Good. I'm glad. Hi. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go. Good.
Thank you to our honored guests and our leaders once again. Now, please let me invite our Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Niaz Ahmed Khan, for the vote of thanks.
বক্তব্য শেষে সবার কাছে একটু 10 মিনিট টাইম চাই যাতে একটু সবাই ওয়েট করেন তারা এখন স্যার রাস্তায় আটকে আছে অনেক জ্যাম আছে স্যার ঠিক আছে
Okay. As we come to the close of this very joyous event, I have the privilege to accord a vote of thanks to all of you. But before I conclude, let me make some quick comments about the overall context of this event, just to add on to my Honorable Vice Chancellor. Staff capacity development has been one of the major focus and emphasis of this administration, led by the Vice Chancellor. We have now two broad components that we have strategized. The hardware part, the computers, the goodies that we are trying to provide to the faculties, and the software part, essentially the training component of the capacity development efforts. Now, is giving away computers good enough? The answer is no, it's not. But it is symbolic of our goodwill and the effort to reach out to you. This is a modest, I emphasize the word modest, beginning, but we believe that this is one step in the right direction. Now, this effort to reach out to you has been consistently supported by our Board of Trustees. Today you have heard about their contribution to this specific event, but not all of their contribution come to the forefront. People who have been associated with this process more intimately, we see their contribution on a regular basis. I don't want to embarrass them by pointing out all the efforts and contributions they make almost on a day-to-day basis, but I would like to, in any case, mention a few, because I think it is important to recognize people's contribution, because it encourages all of us to do the same. Coming from a public sector perspective, for us it was actually quite a bit of a surprise to see the contribution made by our BOT. They have essentially been, as the Vice Chancellor and some of our other colleagues have very astutely pointed out, they have essentially been givers and not takers. Coming from a public university background, we have had different understanding and perception about the way private universities work, especially the role of BOT. This has been a very pleasant departure for me to be able to join this institution and play a role in its growth to my modest capacities, but more importantly, to see and learn how private sector governance can actually make a difference. Our BOT truly has set up a good example. Today we are represented here by Mr. Tauhid Samad, Mr. Qayyum Khan, Mr. Tanvir Madar, and of course our current chairman, Honorable Mr. Abdul Hai Sarker. The ceremonial role that you see them playing is just literally the peak of the iceberg. I have seen them spending hours, and when I say hours, I truly mean hours, in many of the committee work that they are engaged in, if not on a daily, but surely on a weekly basis. These are very gratifying experience for me as a private university administrator. I would just like to mention two more points, and I'll finish. This has been an exhaustive day for many of you. This is the Ramadan time, and we have had our full day already and it's quite stretched out. But I think your presence, and that's where my appreciation goes to each of you, your presence goes a long way to show our solidarity, our respect, and also our appreciation for the initiatives taken by our BOT, and in this case, the staff capacity development initiative, and more importantly, the goodwill that underlies this initiative. You have shown your solidarity to this great cause, and I thank each of you, my colleagues in the faculty, my colleagues in the administration, for joining us this effort. The other good news that has come about today is that moving beyond just the philanthropy or the donor point of view in getting our required logistics, software and hardware, today through the Vice Chancellor and endorsed by our Honorable Chair and other members of the BOT, including the former Chair, Mr. Tauhid Samad, we have now have the provision to institutionalize this equipments and other facilities that are part of our service delivery requirement and mandate to be included as a routine in our budget provisioning. I think this is a great step, and it does deserve our full-fledged appreciation. Can we do it overnight? Can we do it by tomorrow? The answer is no. Even without doing the homework, okay, we can tell that this is going to be a lengthy exercise. This will involve much strategic thinking, but now that the policy decision has come about, we need to, of course, institutionalize it in a formal forum. But the decision has come about. More importantly, the goodwill behind the decision is manifested. I think we have made a good first start, and we should be able to start the provisioning from the next budget cycle, hopefully, inshallah. With that, I would also like to thank the member of our support group, the media, the print and the electronic media. Thank you very much. The support of the organizers for this event, especially the technical backstoppers. Thank you very much. The people who have played a role in getting these ceremony to a level now where you see these laptops being actually distributed. Plenty of background work has gone into these efforts. I recall their contribution. I thank each of them, especially the people who have put their efforts in securing and procuring these good machines. With those few words, I think I would conclude. I was given the responsibility to keep you entertained and happy for another 5 to 10 minutes because we are experiencing some delay in getting the iftar presented here. So, I hope it's almost there now. So in another 5 to 10 minutes, do bear with us. And you have to be the Dhaka city citizens, and you have to earn your iftar by acknowledging the fact that you do live in the worst possible habitat. That's officially not Dhaka city, as you know. But the pleasant side is that this is, I hope, beginning of something much more longer in terms of these type of interactions that we have. Staff capacity development will have to go on, and you will see more software part, the training side, are also coming in on a regular basis. And I'm sure that we'll receive the blessings that we continue to receive from our BOT, and your goodwill, the goodwill from our good colleagues in the faculty and administration, have sustained us and will continue to sustain us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear sir, for your generous words. And you know, that's the beauty of being with a family. Nothing goes wrong. If anything goes wrong, there's an opportunity. And the opportunity here is to listen from our faculty members. So can I request any of our faculty members or members from the management, if anyone willing to share your feeling or joy with all of us, please come forward. Any hand with me, please? I see there is a hand. Our very own Ms. Naureen Rahnuma, Head Department of English. Dr. Naureen Rahnuma, please. Yes, please come over. And let us have the privilege of seeing you one more time. We're already bored, by the way.
Sorry, I don't understand.
You got it right. I'm going to kill some of your more time, because we are sort of... First of all, I would like to deeply appreciate this initiative of actually handing over laptops to the faculty members. From our viewpoint, what it means to us is when we digitize our teaching and learning practices, teaching, learning, and assessment practices, taking a laptop to your classroom, something that we call in second language teaching is bring your own device, BWOD, so that we can encourage multiple intelligence amongst our students, because few of your students might be kinesthetically driven, some could be linguistically driven. You'll have different students in class, and when you cater to different needs, a laptop, it's a teaching tool, which obviously over the pandemic we've all upskilled ourselves and we have become a pro. We know how to deal with multiple student complaints. We know how to provide written feedback within time. And having a digital tool, what it has done is it has made teaching very effective in the sense that students also see things visually. And what we've seen over the past years, in a traditional classroom setting, we usually provide a lecture and sometimes share lecture slides. and give handouts. But when you're sharing your own screen, showing examples of how a classroom setting might look like, what you're doing is you're actually giving them an idea of a hands-on experience as to how teaching can do. And educators around the world have used laptops. And as a country, of course, when we add to government's mandate of becoming a digital Bangladesh, and the next mandate is probably going to be Creative Bangladesh, we are going to take that leap forward. And initiatives like this from our Honorable Trustee Chair, it has enabled us to actually provide our teaching, learning, and assessment more effectively. I also would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellors for actually being our spokesperson. So hearing us out and being our spokesperson out there and always catering to our needs. Whatever we've asked for, he's actually given it to us. And hopefully with that, we can take IB to greater lengths. Thank you very much. I hope I have killed 5 minutes. আচ্ছা আমি কি এখন একটা ক্লাস নিয়ে ফেলবো? Thank you very much.
Since we are here with the family, why not we hear more from you? Anybody else, please? As you know, the fact is the food is yet to come. So from any other schools, our honorable deans, if you like to add a few more thoughts. Who wants to be the criminal here? Okay, so our Honorable Vice Chancellor said to pick someone from the higher ranks, our professors. So,
To me, professor means lecturer to full professor.
okay.
Professorial business. I'm not talking about the rank.
Okay, sir. Thanks for the clarification. I hope food will be here soon. So anybody else, please? Yes, our very own Masood, sir. Probably now I have to tell him that yes, food arrived and please stop. Not yet. Yes, I'll inform you then. Yeah.
I should say a very big thank you very much. I narrowly missed the laptop, only for 30 minutes. I was taking care of my trees. I have 3 tree friends on the rooftop. I went there, and usually I forget to talk to my 3 trees. So one is a flower tree, 2 are lemon tree, lebu gach. So I usually talk to them, and this is a bit strange. Long back, I was in England, I was in Yorkshire, and I was also in Tokyo and Kyoto. So I love the Kyoto trees, I love the Yorkshire trees, I love the Scarborough trees. I have a dream. I want to meet the sequoia redwood trees, giant redwood trees. So the last time, my first vice chancellor in IUB was Professor BMC, Fazlul Mobin Chaudhary sir, a friend of Tawhid Samad sir. And BMC sir said, if I give you promotion, what are you going to give me? I said, sir, it's normal, natural. I win the promotion. If I deserve, you give me. If I don't, you don't give me. I said, no, it's a deal. I give you a promotion and you give me. I said, sir, you're such a big person. Book will not do justice. I'll give you chocolate. I'll go to Royal Mile and buy some chocolate for you, I promise. And I miss Professor BMC, sir. And there's a good news. I may miss Tanvi sir, but I don't want to miss him. I want to work some more years. And laptop, I was very yuck about the laptop. I should not name, this is official secret. Someone from my family, Chaudhary, not male, she's female officer, she's also Chaudhary. I emailed her, where is my laptop? And she was facing a big challenge because the dean was my teacher. It was made conditional that if you don't attend the, TOT, and then you don't get the laptop. And that was last minute addition. And I missed the laptop for 30 minutes. Now I'm getting it. I'm so happy. Yuck, yahoo. Let's, it's not laptop or chocolate story I wish to share. It's a beautiful IUB family. The thing that touched me is the word called inclusive. The word inclusive things is not, it's the spirit of our senior leaders. I think it's a one family, not two family or a broken family. I want to see IUB as one family as it was when I joined. Perhaps I'm also a bit senior. I have taught and my students are leading the department. I'm so happy. My Department of Media and Communication, my school / the home of class, as Professor Imtiaz sir used to say. I think we should not be elitist in some field, but in some field we have to be a little bit elitist. And sir said that there's a distinction between online teaching and remote education. And I think we have to stop the culture called camera culture, the new camera culture, which is not possible in Harvard, which is not possible even in my Leeds. I should not go at length. Very big thank you, all senior leaders and all members of IUB family. It's not laptop, it's a happy day, it's inclusive laptop.
Thank you, sir. It's fun. Distinguished colleagues, we have come to the end of the program. Finally, the eligible faculty members who received an email from Ms. Anika are requested to collect their laptops from the multipurpose hall or maybe later from the CITS office. Food parcels are finally available in the same place. I, Obaidullah Al-Marzouk, faculty of SLAS, would like to thank you all once again for joining us today. We'll end the program with the national anthem. Have a great time ahead. Please rise for the national anthem.
আমার সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ তোমার বাতাস আমার প্রাণে তোমার আমার প্রাণে বাজায় বাঁশি সোনার
Thank you very much. Good luck for the journey.